Oh, hey, we're back. All right, hi. Is my t-shirt scary yet? It's American Wealth in London. We're back. Jesus, it's another this weekend kind of video. I don't want to go back to calling this weekends. You know I don't want to do that, but I keep referring to my brain. Even the file name is still this weekend, so I have a catalogue of this is what the video is. So I got more movies. I got some a rare boutique. Some new Radiance, a little tech thingy, and a couple of standard Blu-rays from Jabba Hafa. We'll do the boutiques first. They're the more interesting ones. They're clearly the more interesting ones. I got the Prophecy trilogy. I was going to get this from Play Music DVD. They had it for $170. Or $160. I think it was $160. I ended up getting it from Dead End DVD because they opened back up again, and they had it for $105, which was the limited edition, baby. So obviously, yeah, you get your slip. It opens up like that, pretty goddamn cool. It actually kind of snaps back. Oh, there, that's where it is. There's a little magnet in it. Beautiful set. I would have been happy to have bought this from Play Music, but they had a dented version, and I was like, I had a dent in the front. I was up in the air. The Cinemaniacs had the standard edition that was coming out, and I was like, that was $100, so I could just buy that. But then when Dead End opened, they had 105, and I was like, I can get this with it. I'll buy that then. I don't know if I'll do a calm and relaxed talk on these films. I should. Not a calm and relaxed talk. God, I could do a calm and relaxed talk. No, there's 5 of them. I can't do that. LaMayo. No, I was going to do a unboxing. A Blu-ray 4K review, that kind of, stuff. This is the sleeve that comes on the inside of it. It does say the Prophecy 1, 2, 3 on the, 1 to 3 on the sides, of course. And it comes with the same artwork on the front. There's reversible, which is this artwork, and then it has all 3 discs and whatnot. The first disc is the first film on 4K, the second disc is the second and third film, and then the first Blu-ray disc is the first film with all the special features, and the second disc is just the second and third film on Blu-ray. Region A for the Blu-rays. 4K, I think it says HDR. I don't believe it was, no Dolby Vision. They looked great. I had no complaints. I'd never seen them before. I was very tempted to get the imprint set, Vivision set. I obviously didn't get those in the end because I'd heard that the fourth and fifth one were not great, as they were just forced to be made kind of deal for a quick buck, quick turnaround, despite having the original writer back. But then I watched the first film, I was like, man, this film wasn't great. Why was that? And it turns out the writer did the Highlander sequels, and I was like, oh, that's not a good sign. I hope the sequels are better. Sequels were better. I like the sequels. I know a lot of people like the first one, but I like the sequels more. I think they're much better films because they got a different director and they have a different vision as a directing thing. I don't know. It works a lot goddamn better than the first film. First film's directing is terrible. It's so dry. But yes, the 4K scans, really good. Surround sound was good. I ended up listening to the third film through my earbuds, and it still sounded great, so I had no issues with it whatsoever. I might do a fuller thing. I haven't watched the special features yet, because I've only got the commentaries and, the 3 documentaries and making of for each film. So, I want to watch them today, because they're 35 to 40 minutes each. So it's I should watch them. I would like to watch them. Anyway, I got some Radiance. They were selling out in these ones, and I had a 10% off for the website. So I got these 2, I think, for $60, shipped from their actual website. I don't think I'd bought from their website yet. I had only bought from Dead End DVD, so yeah. I also got new shelves. I haven't mentioned it. I will show clips of footage. They're from Spotlight in Australia. I was looking for shelves like this for a while. They're the perfect size that they can put in 2 layers deep for Blu-rays. They're not the same as the ones on the shelf here, but, they're deeper. They're 39.5 centimeters by length, by width, by height. So, yeah, I've got one shelf for TV shows, which was the initial intention. It's a bit weird because I've got all Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad and, Mr. Robot and The Leftovers out on display, but then other shows are buried, Ash vs. Evil Dead and Deadwood and what else? There was another one that I really like, was Handmaid's Tale and stuff like those. Vikings are all buried further down. this is just as I get more TV shows, I can slot them in there, like Barrymore, Breaking Bad, and Better Call Saul, and Mr. Robot, or whatever, and have these newer shows out on display, ideally. That's the plan, at least. So that's the joy of the TV side of it. Of course, the Cowboy Bebop is at the very, very end. No particular reason outside of the fact that the slipcover it comes in is actually like 0.5 millimeter be taller for some reason. There's actually a gap on the top. I don't know why that is. So it like really stiffly fits in the top shelf, and I don't like that because it gets stuck in there, like wedged in. So I figured I'd put it in the bottom shelf, makes it easier. The second half of it is all the boutiques. It's just boutiques and box sets. That's what I'm going for right now. You've got some Radiance, Criterion, and Vinegar Syndrome, and then the top shelf is like movie box sets or whatever. So films that have several films or whatever, or several cases, like The Handmaiden, which has 2 different cases for one film instead of putting it in one case. I don't like that they did that. It's a nice case. It came indented, but it's still a nice case, but it's like, ugh. I haven't even watched it yet, and I don't know which one to watch. Do I watch the theatrical or the extended cut? I don't know. I've had it for like 4 or 5 years now, and I have never watched it. So, you know. Anyway, and I've put some more Radiance up there because I haven't bought that many, and it just kind of, they nicely slot in. I don't have any other box sets that I'm kind of interested in putting in there yet. I'll figure it out later. So more Radiance. We got The Bride Wore Black. This is a Francois Truffaut, I believe. Yes. I don't know. It was selling out on a website. I figured I'd buy it. I had the voucher. It just seemed like a decent option. It comes with a booklet, which, you know, comes with... Oh, that's nudity. Wow, the first page has nudity on it. I can't show that. But outside of that, you got text, and you got photos. Let's not show the one with nudity. Is there any other photos from this movie? That's not nudity. That's a dead guy. Hey. And it does have reversible artwork as well. It's the same general gist that most of these Radiance films have. I have not yet figured out if I want to keep the spines happy, like the way they are, or do I want to put the spines on the inside. I don't know. They've got different artwork on the inside. It looks pretty goddamn nice. Actually, that's a really nice artwork for what it is. Like, you know, the dead man, the bride putting the finger on the ring on his finger. Because the alternate art, which, you know what Radiance do with their little sleeves. You know, they got it like that. The bride with a gun, and then the bride who looks like a widow as well. It's nice. I'm not huge on these. Oh my god, I just realized the inside of it's an ad. How did I not... Was that on the other ones? I don't think it was. Yeah. Anyway, that's a curious thing. This is Radiance number 11, so I'm not collecting them all. I don't like when they've got numbers on them. It doesn't really stand out, the numbers, I will be honest, and I've only watched currently one Radiance film, which is the Woman Kills, is it? Yeah, A Woman Kills. So I've yet to figure out how I want to position these. I don't want to randomly throw them on the shelf, though, because there's enough boutique-ness to them that I kind of want to appreciate them as, you know, solo releases, especially because I've got like End of Civilization, which is that bigger box set, so stuff like that I like to pile together. So I'm up in the air about it. I just don't want to put it on the main shelf, but it's also that kind of thing of, I know no one in my household will watch them, so it's fine if I leave them on their own. So yeah, I've done that with some of the brands, Chameleon Films and whatnot, but there's not many Chameleon Films releases. Which is kind of bizarre, that there aren't that many releases for them. Got this one as well. This is Thieves Like Us. Another one of their limited editions that was selling out. I figured I'd buy it. I think they said it was like 99% sold out or whatever, so, yeah. Seemed like a why not kind of situation. I think they had another 99% sold out that I just didn't. I was like, I'm good. Yeah, you know, standard deal with their sleeves. It's kind of annoying, isn't it? It's getting more and more on my nerves, because it's like, how do I show this stuff off? Like, obviously I'm not going to do the reversible artwork. They got a booklet. Is that Shelley Duvall? It is Shelley Duvall. Hey, I like Shelley Duvall. Hey, she's young too, my god. Always been a very pretty face. Distinct, for sure. Yeah, and then just like essays and stuff. This is like, what, Robert Altman? Yeah. I think this has an excerpt from Altman on Altman, that kind of book that one guy did, where he did like, it was like Lynch on Lynch and stuff like that. I've only read Lynch on Lynch, because I like David Lynch. Pretty basic artwork on the inside, but still I like that they've got the regular thing. I like how it's Thieves Like Us, a romance. That's cute. So yeah, it's not too bad. What's the inside artwork looks like? The outside artwork, I should say. It's so annoying. How do I slide one out and the whole fucking thing slides out. Oh my god, it's just, stop it. God, this is stressful. It's a cute gimmick, Radiance, I get it, you know, but it's like, my god, it's annoying. And they're going to keep doing it, they have to. It's one of those, you have to stick by this. Once you do this kind of a choice, you're stuck with it. But obviously, as a consumer, it gives me the choice to just throw, I mean, I imagine people would throw this stuff out. Probably, obviously, because it's like, you can just bury it underneath the main artwork. Like, if I just do that now, if you have really bad OCD and you really need to... Okay, it's the book. The book's weighing it down. I can't get it right because of the goddamn book. That looks alright. Alright, so I've put it like that. And just put that on the inside. It literally just opens now to an ad instead of... But it doesn't matter. You still get your prompt that tells you what the movie's about, so... that's actually that's not a bad thing. I like that, actually, because on the inside it'll tell you what the movie's about, it'll tell you all the color, how long it goes for, who it's done by, English language, the aspect ratio, sound with mono and whatever. That's not bad, you know, and you still get some nice artwork on both sides. I can live with this. This is what I think I'll do. I'll have to change every single Radiance that I have, because it'll just get annoying. You know, mostly because, like, showing them off on camera, it's just a burden, you know. I mean, if it was a straight-up Radiance haul, then I'd be like, yeah, look at all this Radiance stuff. And you'd be like, yeah, used to it by then, because I could cut it all out in post. So, yes, in other words, if you've seen most of that, it was not cut out in post. It was being deliberate. I also got one of these. It's a HDMI converter. It converts from the RGB, I think it's called. It's the red, yellow, and white cables to HDMI. You might recognize this on my channel because I've actually gotten one before. I bought one of these about a year or so ago, a white one, so I could use it for my VHS player, video cassette player. Yeah. Anyway, it's also a DVD player, and it doesn't have HDMI, obviously. So I bought it so I could watch my VHS and plug it into the TV. I never got around to doing that, but then we set up the record player, and because I got a vinyl for Christmas, and I had one of these, so I, plugged it all in. It worked really well. I was able to, there's a USB that comes with it that powers it on. We learned how to do it, everything. Then my brother for Christmas got a PlayStation 2, and he needed one of these, so I gave him my one, because I'm like, you can borrow mine until you either buy your own or whatever, or until I need it back, because it's a PlayStation. He's not going to play it every day. I don't think he's even really played it, to be honest, but his birthday came around, and I figured, hey, I've bought him 2 mangas, why not buy him one of these as well? So I bought him one of these as well, because I figured that would be funny. But then, of course, he'd already plugged his in, the white one in. This one's black. So I figured, I'll just give him the box, and he can keep it, and I'll just keep the new one for myself. So that's what I did. So I gave him that as an extra birthday gift. So now he just has one of them for himself, because why not? It was only $17. Why not? 17, 16? I don't know. Anyway, got a few more things in. I got The Legend of Ben Hall. This is actually from Matthew Holmes, the director. He commented on a couple of my videos. He sent me a copy, which was very, very nice of him. If you're watching, thank you. I actually plan to do an interview with him for my That Interview show, which is really awkward to mention because it's like, do I call it a podcast or an interview? It's technically an interview show, but it's set up like a podcast. I don't know. I had one guest refer to it as a podcast in the video, and I was like, oh my god, am I doing podcasts now? I've been doing them for so long, I didn't really think about it that way. But yeah, so this is a pretty interesting film. I checked it out. I literally watched it the night it came in. It also comes with a 90-minute making of, which I did watch, and a director's commentary and a historian's commentary. So yeah, it has it all written down there. It was pretty good. It's one of those historically accurate films overly dramatized and whatever, and you might notice that because I saw a lot of reviews after the fact criticizing like the acting or whatever, this and that. I'm like, But when you watch the documentary, you realize that they mostly cast a lot of people because they looked like the real people. And I'm like, I gotta be honest, for the gimmick, that's kind of funny. Like, sure, why not? You know, even if they're not great actors. And to be fair, they were fine. I thought they were alright, you know? Even the guy who played Ben Hall was like his first film. He hasn't done anything really since, and like, I thought he was alright, you know? So, yeah, good Aussie film. A bit long. It's like, what, 2.5 hours? That's 139 minutes. It is very long. Probably could have been 20 minutes shorter, but, you know, they got the money for it, so they just went ahead and did it. So, yeah, and he sent me a copy, which was very nice. It was good. I enjoyed it. I'll probably do an anime for Blu-ray, but this is good enough. The doco is great. I haven't listened to the commentaries, but I do plan to do an interview with him soon, so keep an eye out for that. I actually bought a second thing with Dead and DVD, and that is The Psychic, because I wanted to make sure I wasn't spending $115 on The Prophecy, so I bought this with it, so I made the order $170, which is kind of amusing, because it's like $10 more than it would have been had I bought it from Play Music DVD, and I hadn't gotten The Psychic. It's one of the Fulci films I don't have. I have a couple. I don't have that many of his films. And it's a new 4K from Severin. It's the standard edition version, so it doesn't come with the extra 2 discs, because I think the extra 2 discs was a Blu-ray with the film and a soundtrack disc. I think that's what the 4 discs was. This one is just the 4K on disc 1, which is the film, and disc 2 is all the special features, which includes a interview with co-writer with contributions from the director, which goes for 50 minutes, selected scene commentary with cinematographer. Maybe the Blu-ray does have the movie on it. It doesn't stipulate, but yeah, it's possible that the disc 2 has the film on it. Close-up on the eyes, which is an audio interview, and then there's another interview of costume designer, and another interview with the editor. So, yeah, now restored on 4K. Oh, so yeah, Region A disc, plus obviously the 4K UHD with Dolby Vision from 1977, which is a good year for movies. It's one of my favorite year for movies. So, yeah, you get... Oh yeah, so the feature and extras on the Blu-ray disc and the feature with a trailer on the 4K disc. Disappointingly, no commentary tracks, so I don't really care that much because I'm not a huge commentary person. But here's the alternate artwork that it comes with, which is pretty goddamn gnarly, if I dare say so myself. I really like it though. It's nice. It's very interesting. I do like this artwork though as well, so I'm pretty content. It's not like, I don't think this artwork that's for The Psychic is like I think that might be like the American artwork, like not like made specifically for this release kind of artwork, not to my knowledge. So yeah, I'm gonna watch it in February. That's the plan, because I plan to watch a bunch of giallos, and this counts as a giallo, so I'm excited. Then I went to JB, and for what became $40.40, it was $50.50, but then I went back 2 days later because they had a 20% off sale literally that day, and they didn't tell me about it, because it started at like 5 and I was there at 4. And so I bought a couple things, and I basically ended up getting 2 of these as freebies, because it was meant to be, this one here was $7.50, down from like $15 or something, and the other one was like $3, so it basically meant that this was a freebie. So yeah, part of the Cinema Cult line. I Know What You Did. It's basically your standard DVD upscale, nothing really amazing to it. Theatrical trailer. I mostly got it because it was cheap. Again, $7.50, and then basically a freebie after the fact. Because again, all the shock label stuff has been sold at like $2 to $7, and in Australia, that's a fucking bargain. So this one was $3, I believe. This is the Mexican. This is probably again an upscale from the original DVD, but it does come with the making of, director's commentary, and deleted scenes, and it is a Gore Verbinski film. So I'm interested to watch it because I do like Gore Verbinski as a director, but yeah, I don't imagine that, there's a lot of work put into these. I've already talked about it in the previous video, given how, like, last time I had a haul, I got a bunch of their shock films and whatever, and they are not a great label. I think it was just 3, the Hollywood Gold Series ones, and they're not a good label. No wonder why they went down, bankrupt, whatever. Bankrupt? I don't even know what the hell happened to them. They just vanished. good. They fucking sucked. Anyway, I got last two were two 4Ks. I picked up The Lost Boys because I haven't seen it in a couple of years. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I enjoyed it. I had the Blu-ray, but it was a 2 for $40. I figured I can pick it up as a bonus because the other one I really wanted. But I've heard that the 4K transfer looks really good, and it comes with a bunch of special features, which were all on the old Blu-ray disc, which I'm happy that it's the same thing. Like, I can just give my old Blu-ray disc to literally anyone else. It's technically the some kind of Iconic Moments release, which is basically they had the standard artwork and they had a slip cover, which was like a Chinese noodles box, whatever it is, and it's got like a quote on it. I had the same thing for Goonies, and it has a treasure chest and says, "Hey, you guys." So it's just, I don't know. I think they did that for like steelbook releases in the US or some shit, but they had it here for slipcovers. It's just kind of cheesy. But yeah, this artwork isn't great either. It's fine, I guess. Where is the other one? Lost Boys. Where are you? There you are. Yeah, so, yeah, that's what it is. It says, maggots, Michael, you're eating maggots. Yeah. It's very standard. This is actually really, yeah. Obviously, much better artwork there. This is actually this is the UK. I imported this. Oh my god. I thought this was just a standard release. I obviously imported it. But yeah, literally the exact same special features, the exact same picture of Kiefer Sutherland. I must have imported this with Goonies. Yeah, I think I did. Back from Zavvi. Back in the old days of Zavvi. Do you know Zavvi's back? I should make a video on that. I don't want to. I should. Anyway. They're back to a distinction of like, they're only selling like certain boutique releases from like Second Sight and stuff, and that's about it, as in like to Australia. But yeah, Lost Boys I'm keen to watch again. Again, I thought it was a good film, I just didn't love it because it's like, I think my expectations were high. I'm very particular on vampire films. My favorite one is Fright Night and like Bram Stoker's Dracula, so it's like, I don't really need more 80s vampire stuff. It's usually all the same shit anyway. I mean, Fright Night does it so goddamn well that I don't really need anything else. But, I took it easy peasy, and of course I got it with Ghostbusters, because apparently this is really hard to find. It isn't. Turns out Ghostbusters 2 is the one that's really hard to find. But, I figured this was going for like $30 to $40 on eBay. And I bought the UK Steelbook, and then bought the Australian Blu-ray, which I got as a freebie because it was a buy two get one free, which was the 4K mastered Blu-ray, which came with all the special features. I put that disc in the case. I still have that disc. I got rid of that old case and that old disc and gave it to an old colleague. And now I have like the wrong disc with the wrong case kind of deal. So I still have that disc, but now I have this, which is like the exact same thing, but just with the 4K Blu-ray disc. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with that Steelbook release now, but I'll just keep it. I'll just give it to my dad eventually, because, he'll obviously want to watch Ghostbusters again. And yeah, I have Ghostbusters 2 as well. I would have liked to have gotten the 4K, but I don't care that much for Ghostbusters 2. Like, it's fine, It's alright. It's a film that has interesting ideas, but it doesn't do a lot with it. But yeah, I figured just while I was there, and I do like the artwork. It's one of those collage-y things, but it's pretty, I guess. I don't know, it's not bad. But yeah, no, that's a general gist. I'm expecting to pick up stuff from Cinemaniacs this weekend, because they're back now, which is great. I put in an order on Boxing Day, and then they haven't shipped it, even though I paid for express postage. So I'm going to have to talk to them about that. I'll be like, if I don't get all the 3 things I ordered on Saturday, assuming that they've got it all there, which one of them was definitely in stock, so they definitely will give it to me, I would then just tell them, just send one of the other 2 with the express postage. For the love of God, I paid for it. I paid $15 goddamn for express post. I would like them to post me something, That's just how I feel about it. Even though they've got things on every fortnight, so I don't need it posted, but I would like to. Unless they want to refund me the money, which they can do that as well. It's just weird, because they're friends, but they also run a business, so it's like, I don't want to be a stickler, but like, come on, like, what the fuck's going on here? This is the second time this has happened, where I've paid for something, and I've ended up picking it up, and they haven't sent it to me. They've just gotten me to pick it up at their screenings. And I'm like, then why am I paying for postage? As like a tip? For good service? The good service is me showing up to the goddamn movie screenings and then paying for the raffle. That's the good service. You know, I always like to take a look. What else do I got coming in mail-wise? Nope, that's not the right one. Deliveries. I've got a pin I got to pick up from a friend. Oh, Indicator had a sale on, so no, they didn't. They had a buy two, 3 for £20 one, and I got 2 4K, so that's going to be the next video. Yeah, and then the Cinemaniacs, and then I've ordered from Umbrella as well, so that'll be interesting. One of them's a pre-order for like June, because I wanted to get Tank Girl, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, that's all. Thanks for watching. See you next time. I won't have anything add-ons to this. I'll just do whatever else comes in. I'll do as another video. So yeah, yeah. That's basically it. I don't know if you've noticed, but some of these videos are now being edited by my mate Guy. It's credits him down in the description. He does little images differently and adds sound effects and stuff. So you know, and he's the kind of guy who will like. It's usually videos where I talk about films and franchises and stuff, and he will pick up on any inaccuracies and make huge light of it. Which I was like, yeah, no, that's funny. Do it. Go for it. Fuck it. So, it's YouTube. Who cares? Yeah, anyway, so, yeah. He's not doing these ones, but he should. I could get in there to all of this shit. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I'll see you guys next time. That's long enough. That's long enough. Goodbye.